Okay, today we're going to be doing a what if deku. I guess you could say I had one for all and was a villain. So, Deku, we start off whenever he's a child and he's 4. He goes to see what his quirk is, and I'm gonna say everyone, I'm gonna say his parents, or no, not his parents, but the world hates, I guess you could say, like, thieves and villains a lot more, and they hate kids that are quirkless. So, whenever they go to the quirk doctor, he gets tested and stuff, and they say he has a quirk called All for One. And his mother asks, "What is it? It sounds weird. All for One. Like, what does that mean?" And the doctor says, "All for One is a quirk that can take other quirks." And uh 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 Inko and I forgot Midoriya's father's name. Well, I'm gonna say Inko. I'm gonna say Midoriya has 2 sisters. He has a sister named, just one sister, and its name is Izumi, or her name is Izumi, and her quirk is pyrokinesis, and so Midoriya was taken home. His parents. Oh yeah, Hasashi, whatever. Hasashi and Inko treat him bad now because they hate when thieves as well, which is like they hate because he has to take quirks for his quirk to be useful. And I'm gonna say they're driving home, and I'm gonna say they drive to like a random building, or not building, but like random place in the middle of the night, and they bring Midori into like an alleyway, and then they leave him there. And then he's obviously sad and stuff, and then he figures out how to use his quirk. I'm gonna say he's able to take the quirks with those black tentacle things that come out of All for One's fingers that are like cool. They're like black and red, and they're like incredibly sharp and stuff. And I'm gonna say he like has to stab it into someone to like take their quirks or activate their quirks or something like that. And they drive off. We're gonna skip like a day. We're gonna skip like 3 days. Midoriya has been eating like garbage, and he hasn't been eating that much. And I'm gonna say Tomura Shigaraki, comes along. I'm gonna say he comes along and he sees Midoriya and he's asking him. He's like, "Do you want some help, young man?" And Midoriya is crying and sobbing. He's like, "Yes, can you help me, Mister? I'm scared and I don't know where I am." And he's like, "It's okay. You can come with me." And then, uh, and then Tomura takes Midoriya to the little bar place, and he meets the smoke guy, the gas guy. I forgot his name. Yeah, he brings him to the warping guy and stuff, and then they get him in a little suit like how he is in the picture. And all Tomura is doing is setting his goals on hating his parents and hating heroes, kind of like what All for One did to Tomura, or did to Shigaraki. Now we're gonna skip a year, but in this year he's been going out into like places, finding strong people and taking their course. I'm gonna say All for One gave, not gave, but yeah, I'm gonna say Midoriya somehow found a guy with air cannon like All for One did. And he stole that. He has the air cannon course. He has ultra regeneration. He has heightened senses. he has incredible strength, kind of like All for One, incredible durability, and speed. So we're gonna cut to that year. So now he's 5, and he's just been training with Tomoe Shigaraki, and this is where he can finally meet All for One. And then he goes to meet All for One. All for One already knows that he has his quirk. He has All for One's quirk. He has the All for One quirk. And so, yeah. So, Izumi is pretty popular with people, and she's dating Bakugo. Yeah, she's pretty popular because she has she has a strong quirk. She's second in the class. She's second to Bakugo. And she's kind of like a jerk, kind of like Bakugo. Like, she likes bullying kids and acting like she's higher and mightier than them. And then we cut to the, oh no, they're not dating yet. Bakugo and her aren't dating yet. We got to the end of middle school, and then now they're dating. And that means they're I'm gonna say they're 15. Midoriya's 15, Izumi's 15, Bakugo's 15, and all of them. And so now we're still at Izumi, and Izumi is walking to UA for the test. And I'm gonna say not the test, no, what the heck? She's walking with Bakugo, and I'm going to say that she and Bakugo are walking, they're holding hands, and they're walking in under the tunnel, and a sludge villain comes, and then she lights him on fire, and then Bakugo kills him, splattering him everywhere. All Might comes and collects it, saying they're strong, and then jumps off. Oh my god. And he jumps off, and then I must say, when he jumped off, he dropped the bottle, like, in the one spot, and Bakugo is walking home by himself, because they don't live in the same house, they live separate, so they have to, at that certain spot. And then he goes down an alleyway and gets captured by a sludge villain. I must say, Midoriya has built a pretty good reputation as, a pretty good villain. So Zumi hears explosions in the distance. She's like, what happened? Did Bakugo get in another fight or something? Because it was way bigger than usual, and it could have harmed civilians. So she runs over there, and she sees Bakugo, and she's kind of sad because it's her boyfriend inside of the sludge, and she can't really do anything. She tries shooting blast of fire, but it doesn't do anything. But she doesn't want to. Well, no, she didn't shoot fire, but she was thinking of shooting fire, but she just doesn't want to hurt Bakugo. And crap. And so everything, it starts to get dark all of a sudden, like it's about to rain, and the sludge villain is wondering what's going on, and then, like, how am I gonna explain this? He just sees this, like, figure standing in an alleyway with these glowing green eyes staring directly at him, and he gets scared because it feels like he's staring into his soul. And then, the sludge villain, like, lets go of the, of Bakugo and gets up against the wall, getting scared. And then Midoriya, in a blur, in a flash, is in front of the sludge villain. Well, not in front of him. The only thing people see is, like, this hand pop out of the shadows and snap his fingers, and the sludge villain goes splattering everywhere. And the hand goes back into the shadows and disappears. And then Izumi runs over to Bakugo, hugging him because she was scared. And then, she walks Bakugo to his house. And then she walks back over to her house, and she tells her mother what happened. Now we're gonna... where he thought, Bakugo did it, so he's gonna find Bakugo, he's gonna go through the same training and everything. Bakugo gets one for all, so he has huge explosions. And I must say, Midoriya also in that time span has absorbed a quirk that nullifies every physical and quirk attack, so he's practically even invincible. Well, not every physical attack, but absorbs every, like, quirk attack. So if All Might were to punch him, it would feel like a normal human just punched him. And not like a freaking island just punched him. So Midoriya sitting in the bar place where the villains are, and Tomoe Shigaraki's like, why did you help those two? And he's like, that girl in the crowd, the one that was crying on the floor, was my sister. And he's like, I didn't know you had any family. He's like, yes, they abandoned me when I was young. Didn't I tell you this? And he's like, no, I never knew that. You should have told me. He's like, forget it. And then, they cut over to the, not first day, but the entrance exam, or the exam for, the exam for, the UA. The teacher does the same stuff, oh, you guys want to become heroes, yeah, this at a time. No one cares. But we go to the not first day, but the entrance exam for the UA, and obviously it goes practically the same, but instead of Midoriya destroying it, it's Bakugo, but no. I already know, I know. But, Midoriya jumps up and he destroys it, the humongous villain. I'm gonna say Bakugo blasts up and uses, 100%. No, he uses, like, 5% since he was already pretty fit, so he finished it earlier, and then, like, All Might trained him how to control it. So he completely, oh, I'm so tired. He completely, destroyed it, blasting his head off, but he's not injured at all. Now we go to, the first day UA, and Midoriya, so Midoriya is not really has been spying on his sister. He's just been keeping a watch over her to make sure nothing happens to her. Since he doesn't really hate his sister, he just hates his parents because they abandoned him and his sister had nothing to do with that. So, and so, I'm watching this one YouTuber right now, I'm sorry. But, what was I at? I'm so confused. Yeah, since he doesn't hate his parent, he hates his parent. And because of the first day of UA, and he already knows Azumi got in, and no, Bakugo already knows Azumi got in. So he sits, so Azumi, instead of sitting behind Bakugo, sits right beside Bakugo. And then Aizawa walks in and says, "Oh, yeah, no, you guys want to all be heroes." Or not all. What the heck? I'm on crack. I mean, he says he knows that he says the get your costume, not costumes on, but the little training PE things on. Go outside, and Little Rock is like, "We're gonna miss orientations," and he's like, "I don't care, just get it on." And they do it, and he's like, "Bakugo, you scored the highest, so throw it." And then he throws it with his explosion and one for all and gets 1,000. Since he's not using 100%, he's using like 10% or like 5%. No, 10%. No, 5%, yeah. And so, we cut over to, I'm gonna say we skip so yeah, obviously everything goes the same with the heroes versus villains, it goes all the exact same. The hero versus villains goes the exact same, and now we go to the USJ where Tomura attacks, and obviously Midoriya hates all heroes, but it's kind of like, how do I explain this? What's a character? Never mind, it's not like that. But, so we skip over to the USJ, and then, Kirishima's like, "Wow, there's fake villains, oh, that's crazy." And then he's like, I was like, "Those aren't fake, those are real." And then, I must say it's kind of like, whatever shading he's in, or whatever light he's in, you still can't really see him. It's kind of like, have you seen them one anime characters where, like, they can be in complete brightness, and you won't even be able to see their face, eyes, like, you can see their eyes and the color of their eyes, but you won't be able to see the color of their hair and everything. You'll just be able to see the outline of their body, and it's just completely black. It's kind of like what happens to him. It's kind of like what happens to him. So, like, they don't know what he's doing, but he's also wearing, like, well, no, he's not wearing anything. He just has, like, a suit and stuff. And then he looks at it. He notices his sister and stuff. So, what's his name? So obviously, they try to escape, and Mr. Aizawa jumps down, and what the frick? I'm on nerd, but I'm so tired. But as always, yeah, jumps down, and all students run away, or trying to run away, and then the one guy, I forgot his name. That one guy, I forgot his name. He's like the warp guy. the warp guy, warps them all into their designated areas. The Asui, or Tsuyu Asui, saves Izumi and Mineta. And then they see Aizawa, after defeating those one villains and getting off the boat. They see Aizawa getting, I guess you say, not really, sort of beaten up by, no, he's getting beaten up by Midori. Like, Midori, no, he's still fighting the villains, and Izuku doesn't notice his sister and stuff like that, so he looks at Aizawa, and in a flash, he vanishes and kicks Aizawa dead square in the stomach, sending him flying into the stairs. And then his hand starts to, like, how do I say it, like, kind of like bulk up, not really bulk up, but like turn, like, from his, like, wrist to his shoulder, sort of, like his wrist to his shoulder, yeah, is like, have you seen Ultra One uses air cannon that has, like, his hand, like, kind of inflates, so, like, his wrist, from his wrist to his shoulder inflates. He shoots the air cannon, and it doesn't hit him because almost like he gets 100%, like 10%, and All Might came in at the right time, protecting Aizawa and getting him out of the way. And then All Might jumps down, preparing to fight by getting all the students away, and prepares to fight them. And Midori is like, Tomura Shigaraki, I'll deal with him. And then he uses his super speed, like his super speed, and like vanishes from everyone's sight, and kind of vanishing from All Might's eyes, and All Might is caught off guard and defends, but his Midoriya's kick sent him flying into the he kicks him into the rainy place where what's the name? The one guy, I forgot his name. The guy with dark shadow and I think animal voice and stuff like that. Kicks him into there, and they notice All Might. They're asking if he's okay. And then All Might gets up and jumps back out, about to hit Midoriya, but Midoriya ducks it and then headbutts into the stomach, sending him flying, about to hit the top of the dome, and then Midoriya clenches his fist, but Shigaraki's like, settle down, you're gonna kill him, let Nomu do that. And he's like, fine, and then he just kicks All Might in the stomach, sending him flying, but not killing him. And then he tells Nomu, and obviously Nomu beats, doesn't beat, but Nomu gets defeated. And then Shigaraki's mad because he's like, well, this useless piece of junk. And then All Might is like, okay, he's like thinking in his head he's running out of time. And the heroes come, they shoot Shigaraki, they're trying to hit Midoriya, but Midoriya's just jumping and moving and stuff. And Midoriya, let's just say he has like a cloak on, so like you can't see his face and stuff. He's like a hood over him, like a cloak. He's just dodging and stuff. And one's about to hit him in the head, and then like these black and red like tentacle spike things come out of his hand, and they catch the bullet, and they send it back shooting Snipe in the leg. And then they leave, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end it right there. That would be good. It's right after the USJ.